Hey, it's Wednesday. We're back. Episode number 15.
Yeah, if I was starting to lose
Almost
my
was
feet.
14-1 because I
That's my
wasn't
fault.
paying attention. uh, RC Recreation. Ooh, good to see you guys already here. Yeah, I hope everybody liked the photo in the thumbnail crop today. As like I said, I made myself look like Herman Munster for some reason. Uh, yeah, if we don't, if we move the show around, it ends up somebody ends up getting too early or too late. So we're just kind of right here in the middle. Maybe
Thompson.
maybe we'll do some uh, some special show times every once in a while to mix it up, help people get some better times. Howdy,
Special show.
Thompson. Good to see you. So we got 9 people in our here already. So I'm gonna
Barbecue. Oh,
I'm gonna
heck
go
yeah.
ahead and kick off my what appears to be a regular monologue about.
Oh, you're just going to bust into this, huh? We're like a
Yes, I'm
minute
gonna get
25.
right into it because I want to get it out of the way.
You're just going to slap
So
these 8 people right here in the face. Just,
um, so apparently it is an okay thing for the children over at Operation 11 Charlie to pop over into this show and make threats. Now, first we had the leader do it. Now, last week we got Sean in here doing it. So I got to address this. I got to, I got to,
it's true. I
I
mean,
got to, I got to put this to bed because it's ridiculous, and B, you can't go running around making threats online. Now, now, again, nobody's accusing JB or I of lying. Even Sean didn't accuse JB of lying, called him a crackhead, but he didn't accuse him of lying. He actually confirmed that what JB pointed out was actually the truth. Sean actually did it. So coming in here all pissed off and making threats because we called out something you said, I sorry. And number two, uh, you know, what at what point do people who've been on the internet for a while not figure out that if you post a threat in a comment in a chat somewhere and then you go back and delete it, you think that it doesn't exist anymore? You only have to have been around the internet for a minute to know that once you post something, it's there forever.
forever.
So Yaga Sauce and Sean, just because you guys deleted all your stuff or you deleted the comment, it doesn't make it go away. It still exists. But here's what I have to say. Operation 11 Charlie folks, more than happy to come in here, hanging out at the adult table, being adults. But if you're going to come over here and act like children and make threats, you're going to get booted out of here and you're going to get a visit from the authorities. I've given you all 2 free passes so far with the threats. It's not going to happen anymore.
Well,
Especially
that's not just
nowadays, you
Operation
can't
11
sit
Charlie. I
around
mean,
and you can't
that's
sit around and wonder whether or not somebody's threat is going to be followed through or not. So I'm not. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I think that they were silly, childish threats made for whatever reason, and I don't necessarily take them seriously. But enough is enough. Our little show over here, I'm calling it the adult table because the adults come over here, they hang out, they talk shit, we use bad words. We talk about things that make people uncomfortable and might trigger people, but we can all handle it like adults. If the children want to come over here and hang out at the adult table, you got to act like adults. Not going to put up with the absolute childish nonsense anymore. The show isn't about bitching about Operation 11 Charlie. And the fact of the matter is that you Operation 11 Charlie guys seem to think that it's personal between JB and I, that we're pointing out, that we made this personal vendetta. The fact of the matter is, we've said it multiple times, is that we're just repeating what other people have said. Now, they may not be saying it publicly, they may only be saying it privately, but other people have said it. So sorry. Sorry you guys are hearing things that you don't want to hear. But that's not our fault. Don't come over here yelling at the messengers because you don't like what people say behind your backs. Sorry. Not personal. Entirely not personal. The only thing that's been personal around here is what you guys have made personal by coming in here and making threats. Lord, it's just silly. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, if you want to keep doing it, like I said, I'll boot you. I'll banish you so that you can't come in here and comment. You can't bitch. But the invite that was offered many, many weeks ago to have you guys come in here and explain some shit was rescinded. And it was rescinded shortly after it was given, partially because you guys came in and started posting all kinds of crap in the comments section. Then you came on the show and acted like you freaking pay rent here or something, offering to, demanding to be coming on the show, and enough. So that's the enough is enough crap. You want to come in here and hang out, man. We're having
For
fun.
those of you who are hanging out, welcome to the big kids table.
Yep, welcome to the adult table. Today we are going to be talking about some adult shit too, because both JB and I saw something posted in Facebook that multiple people probably saw that was absolutely astounding.
Wait, we'll get there, but I got it really quickly. Earl, I don't want to hear I am bald, but aren't you? I mean, anyways, and then
yeah, Earl, trust me, there's a whole lot of comb over happening here.
I got to do this because I know he wanted me to. So,
ooh, it's Narsikar. Thanks for joining us.
If there's a buzz in the background, I'm sorry. I had to turn my air conditioner on again. Got all feisty there. Damn it! Damn it for making us,
I know. I know you're worked up about that, but like I said, I mean, these guys here, they understand, they get it.
Yep. So yeah, you know what, everybody, welcome to the rest of the freaking show. We're about to have some freaking fun, and if you're not ready to have some fun, well, damn it, get ready. Get you a nice tall glass of Haterade.
I still eat at the folding card table. There you go. See, someone knows.
Yeah, but
no, man. Like Rich said, we just really wanted to address the fact that, I understand that some of the things in here might piss you off, but that doesn't mean you got to go running around threatening people. I mean, we all get, that we're not going to agree with each other, right? I mean, we can already understand that, but gee whiz, I'm not going to fly off to Barbecue's house to go crawling with him. That's for sure. So,
well, and I mean, imagine the cops show up to your house, and you have to explain to them that you're making threats over, a bunch of grown men playing with tiny trucks.
Yeah, geez.
Imagine how embarrassing that's going to be.
Like
well, you see, officer.
I say with kids at the dinner table. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I also wanted to touch on one more thing that we kind of touched on last week, which was the people bitching at Tony about breaking a $12 Amazon toy. And I had some time to think about it, and it was like, man, how come you guys aren't going on to, Leonardo DiCaprio's Twitter handle and complaining about him dropping, $125 million on a new yacht? You know how many $12 toys you could buy if you didn't go buy a brand new yacht? Crap. But nobody says that to Leonardo DiCaprio because, he's got a freaking Oscar. So rock on, Tony. Don't listen to them freaking jerks complaining. You could have sent that $12 to a starving child. what's happening in the world of RC? Is there any? I mean,
I mean, don't ask me. I wasn't even paying attention this week. I made RC videos this week. That's what I did.
that's right. Mr. JB threw down a new video this week. Freaking sweet. Freaking sweet. It's a sweet video. If you
Every
haven't
once in
checked
a while,
it
I
out,
try.
you should, by all means, after the show, go over there and check it out.
Or don't check it out.
You do moan when we get to 1/5 at 60 miles an hour.
Sean Penn left his Oscar in Ukraine.
I wish that Sean Penn would have stayed in Ukraine.
Wholesale and diesel wrecked a Ferrari. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Bob Q.
Oh man. Charisma GT24. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Charisma is one of those brands that I have never had, but I've looked at a bunch of times and been like, hey, there's a lot to look at there. We did have an event this last weekend. It was actually close to me, good old Beat Creek in Kentucky. And I want to give a shout out to a bunch of, I got flooded on Facebook with people going to freaking Beat Creek this weekend. But something really cool that happened on Friday was people were seeing broken down trucks, trailers, motorhomes, stuff like that. And they were posting on there that if you are on your way to Beat Creek and your car is broke down, whatever, to put an RC on the hood and they'll pull over and load all your stuff up in their car and take you to Beat Creek. But yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. Little RC AAA, so to speak. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Hummer barbecue.
We want to talk about that too. I got it. I don't normally drop my link in chat, but somebody wanted to know.
Oh, dude, drop links anytime you want. It's
this show isn't for me. This is for them. They can drop.
Hey, but sharing a link to a new video is, it's RC content. It's something fun to watch. It's more entertainment.
I guess you might like it. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I have been seeing a lot, and it's a Europe thing. FTX. I keep seeing people talking about FTX, and FTX 18th scale stuff is like blowing Axial SCX 24s out of the water. I haven't heard many people say anything comparing it to Traxxas, but I don't know if we can get FTX over here. They have a couple of, pretty cool looking 18th scale.
Ooh, says FTX is okay.
Subbed, bro. Hadn't already. Hey, nice. Thank you, Ooh. Going over there and subbing to Mr. JB.
I appreciate that.
Which, by the way, yeah, make sure that you're subbed up to everybody in here because
every time we do a show,
the people here are all creating content here.
I don't mention things like this, but every time we do a show, I've been losing subscribers. It's just like, I don't know what it is. I'm watching you over here. I watch your numbers go up. I watch my numbers go down.
It's the shit that needs to be said effect. Yeah, there are a bunch of really great creators here. Earl, NorCal, RC Recreation, Mr. JB. Yeah,
shit, even Rich makes a decent video now and then.
Every now and then when I'm not feeling lazy and getting out and getting some exercise.
Let's talk about Hummers because that just sounds way more interesting to me.
Oh man. Okay, so
the
usual group of RC influencers out there are now starting to post up their FMS Hummer videos and how awesome it is and how amazing it is and what a wonderful truck this is.
Yeah, is anyone? I mean, I don't know. I haven't I haven't had my hands on one of these things. I haven't actually seen them. Now I know it looks really scale, and I hear it's got rear steer and everything, but it really seems like there's a lot of hype on this one. I mean, and it seems like the influencers are really just like over here.
It seems to be the typical thing now. Horizon being the big boy in the market, they send out their
That's cool. Oh, I'm already in trouble. Here it comes.
Oh man, mom's light me up right now. Oh boy,
I'm sorry. This is why I lose viewers right here.
Oh my Lord, look at this. Oh, okay.
That's cool that
Wow.
yeah.
Mom's on top of things right now.
A Hummer with 4-wheel steer isn't very scale. I don't know. Is there a build? I don't think Hummer actually comes with a build 4-wheel steer.
No,
even for the military or anything. I think that would be like a modification that would have to happen.
My thing with this Hummer is when I'm going through and I'm looking at the pictures and whatnot, because that's all I can see of it. It is majority plastic. There is not a lot of metal to it, and it sort of reminds me of the other sort of scaly FMS things that they had, which are, it's probably nice to put on a shelf. It's probably nice to like take it to USTE and drive around in terrain that really isn't that difficult, but you can get some really cool scale pictures with it, and it's probably fun for stuff like that. But it's not going to be something that you're going to take out and do anything serious with. It's got metal gears in it and it's got ball bearings in it, but like suspension parts, a lot of stuff, it just looks very plasticky, and it looks like they sacrifice strength and fortitude to make it look scale and have a bunch of goofy little features, like you can take the roof off and open the doors up and the little tail.
I mean, it looked cool, but now remind me, what scale is this? Because
so it's like 1/12 or 1/14. It's not a 1/10 scale. It's
slightly
FMS
smaller.
does everything like Tamiya does, where they're just slightly off on the scale. They don't do tenths.
It's Tammy's name, and then you say like Tammy.
I still want to say Tamiya.
Like you're gonna throw up. I think that's
70 degrees in Michigan. Holy cow! Yeah, that's nice.
FMS Power Wagon is very good. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was kind of like their first big thing they came out with was that Power Wagon. It 2-speed, and I think it's got portals in it. And I know there was a bunch of people that were ranting and raving how great that thing was. And
oh shit, I missed Jesse's comment here. It's finally 70 degrees, and now he's going to be able to get out.
Yeah.
Get outside, man. Do it.
Yeah, Michigan, it's been a long winter for the Northeast. I feel for you, man. FMS is one of the best at scale. And that seems to me what Horizon's doing with FMS is that's their scale. They're covering the scale market with
Is
FMS.
there a lot of aftermarket stuff for FMS?
Sort of. They like the 18th scale stuff that they come out with. There's finally some companies coming out there with aftermarket stuff to support it. Okay. It was a little bit slow. Kind of the same way with Traxxas.
See, that's what I was wondering, because I know, like when we first heard of FMS, I was like, there's going to be no parts, there's going to be no support. If this is a China company, how are you going to get that shit over here?
Yeah, and I mean, I've looked at FMS's website several times, and like they've been around since 2007. They make a whole bunch of stuff. They make boats and planes and
too many people telling me I'm breaking. Oh, great. Oh, this is a conversation I would love to have. Breaking the law by playing with your toy. Like, are you talking? Now, what do you mean playing with your toy? Because I know you, Earl. No, But I mean, like, if you're talking about playing with your RC car in public, I got to know more about this. Like, where were you? What were you with details, man? You can't just throw this half-ass story at me.
So I can tell you a story.
Okay,
California, there was a BMX track.
sure.
Well, it wasn't
Were
even a BMX.
Were
Really,
there signs posted?
it was a BMX freestyle and track.
Vasquez Canyon has now posted, yeah, no RC car.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's tragic because Vasquez Canyon was actually a really great place to go crawling. I mean, it was phenomenal. There was it's where they filmed an episode of Star Trek many years ago. One of the like desert planet scenes.
Well,
But,
your story, and then I've got one as well. Because
yeah,
I love this topic.
this BMX park had no RCs posted on the sign at all.
Okay,
And I went there a couple of times when there was literally, it was the middle of the week. There was literally nobody there
sure.
because it's a very edge of a regular park, and there was nobody there. And I went there a couple times, had, jumped the car, did whatever, broke it, but it packed up, went home. The third time I went there was actually a guy, probably an older teenager, a young 20-something-year-old, and a couple of like teenagers, 13, 14. And they were riding their bikes around and whatnot. And I got my car out, walked over there and fired it up. And I was just playing around in an area where they weren't. And I had one of the park people come over and tell me, "Oh, you can't be doing that here." I was like, "Why not? It doesn't say no RCs." And they're like, "It's an unwritten rule. You can't have RC cars. You might hurt somebody." It's like, we're at a freestyle BMX track. You're worried about people getting hurt? And okay, so I packed up my stuff, and I went to go back a couple of weeks later again during the middle of the week, and they posted a brand new sign with no RC cars on it. So they went and made a brand new sign so that they could specifically. Why? If I'm going there when there's generally nobody there.
Well, that's because, sooner or later you run into that one idiot who goes there when everybody's there and tries to run over the little kids with their X-Max.
Yep.
But most people have a little bit of, I would feel like, especially in our audience, most of these guys got common enough sense. They're not going to go to a park that's full of people. I hope. I like that.
Earl goes to a mountain bike track.
Yeah.
I've seen several videos there.
It wasn't safe to bike ride, but we were all up there playing. Oh, that's hilarious. And they really kicked you out of there? Yeah. We were out crawling on a Sunday on a trail one time, and this guy rode up on his mountain bike, and we were off, on the side on a rock. We weren't even on a piece of solid sandstone, for Christ's sake. And he's like, "Does the Sierra Club know what you're doing up here?" I was just like, "Oh man, you got to be kidding me right now. I did not waste my whole Sunday just to get chased down by you to ask some stupid question while I'm out here trying to chill on the trail, man."
Does the Sierra Club? What? Okay.
How about you hop on your happy little bike there and ride your ass away?
What on earth? First of all, the Sierra Club has no authority over anything whatsoever, anywhere. They are just a bunch of people that.
They're just trying to shut down the forest so nobody can go in there. I get
except
that.
for them.
Well, yeah.
I can't say too many bad things about the Sierra Club because I think my sister is actually.
I've been banned from the local park. Wow. Well, barbecue, you're a menace.
Went there since the 70s with a. Yeah, it's becoming more. I've heard it more and more. It's becoming more and more common that.
More and more
skate parks.
Earl told me that you're a menace, barbecue.
No. More and more skate parks are adding ORCs to their signs, and And I mean, it's like you said, JB. It's one guy will go in there and ruin it for everybody.
That's just it. Is it
He'll
all
go
it
in there
takes
with
is
his
like,
X
you know,
Max.
this dude who got his first X Max and he grabbed his girlfriend in the cell phone and let's go out and videotape this babe, and then he runs her over and
Hey, RC Recreation, his Xbox boss teaches stupid 101. And I'm willing to bet Recreation that he is very busy because there's a whole lot of stupid out there.
oh, all right. Let's now that we're 20 minutes into this and we're talking about stupid, let's dive into this post we saw on Facebook.
All right, I'm
Can you bring up a picture so we can? I don't know if you
all
can.
right. I'm sharing the screen here. So this, and I deleted it out because I don't want to be shaming. I don't want to be shaming the guy.
Yeah, we don't need somebody else pulling a Will Smith on us.
Yeah. Keep my name out your effing mouth. Yeah. So this, I don't know how to describe this lunatic. Posts this in a group, talking about how yeah, usually when your lipo packs go bad, it's only one out of the multiple cells there. So yeah, you just put the thing down there in what looks like concrete. So I'm assuming he's at least doing it outside. But get your old ATM and debit card out there and just wedge it in between the cells and work it in slowly so that you can save the other two packs. And as you guys can see, this is the entire post. And the post is bad enough. But the worst part about this post was the people that went in and were posting comments. A majority of them were like, yeah, this is stupid and dangerous. But there were a handful of people that were like, man, this is so hardcore. And it got me to thinking, because I did reply back that no, that there are lots of ways to describe this. Hardcore would not be one of them. Dangerous, stupid, and potential for winning a Darwin Award, that would be one way to describe this. But it got me to thinking.
You like third-degree burns?
And JB and I talked about this. So you have a, that looks like a shorty pack, by the scale next to the credit card there. So it looks like a shorty pack, and it's a 3S. So I went on Amazon and I looked at, various shorty packs for sale, how much they cost. And on average, you can probably get you a 3S 25 milliamp pack on Amazon for somewhere around $30. Then I started comparing it to, what's the copay on your health insurance plan? Now, if you're truly going to do this properly, you're going to need to get you some fireproof equipment. So you're going to at least want to get you some gloves and a face mask so that.
I mean, basically what you and I talked about is this just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. A pair of decent fireproof gloves and a mask is probably going to run you about $50. Your copay is probably around $50. So you're risking that to save yourself a $30 freaking battery. Sad. But the good part was there was a guy that came in and posted a very, very long post explaining that, yeah, a lot of people, the appeal to RC is the do-it-yourself part and that part of it. And a lot of people appreciate, do-it-yourself kind of things. But before you go and post something like this, you should have a very lengthy post explaining the exact procedure and dangers that are involved here. And
I think this is great. This just weeds out the stupid people.
Yeah, I mean, what a just
natural selection at its finest right here, you guys.
Now, I would follow it up with the post that JB posted in response to this.
I should
which is equally as scary.
Totally shit posted on this post.
Yes, JB did take a picture of a lipo pack in a frying pan on a stove, plugged into his charger, saying the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is to warm up my batteries. I
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? These guys, yeah, barbecue.
No kids are there. I said that's why the park's empty. Yeah, Earl. I think it's also a sign of the times. I mean the Karens running around out there, the police Karens that are running around out there, the people that get that little bit of authority and they want to
I
go
feel
around
fortunate enough to live in a place where, yeah, I can, 15, 20 minutes outside of town and I'm in the middle of nowhere and nobody can bother me. So, but yeah.
Yeah, barbecue. Lipo fires are no joke. $1,000 in batteries, charger, Lexan bodies, wall paint.
I've had my house burned down. Not of a lipo fire, but
yeah, and I see for whatever reason, and we're all going to have to give him some crap. NorCal is not here. I don't know what the hell he's thinking, missing out on the show tonight. Shame on you, NorCal. You should be here. But
I probably offended him somehow. He unsubscribed me, subscribed you.
But yeah, I know NorCal had a pretty serious fire in his garage. And I know he lost a ton of stuff. He had like some classic RC boats and stuff that he lost, which is, man. Yeah, it's Great Britain's got some. They've got the same thing going on. NorCal's probably working.
You really think that guy works? Is that what you think?
That's not allowed. It's just not.
OnlyFans isn't a job
on Wednesday nights. Well, actually, I guess it's California, so it's not really nighttime. It's only like 3 in the afternoon there.
I have got 10 packs
of the afternoon off. 10 packs soaking in salt water right now. Dang. Laugh at me for charging with batteries in a lipo bag.
Oh, barbecue. Barbecue 10 points this evening to barbecue.
Not allowed to be at BMX track, but you're more than welcome to transition your children. That's right. Kids are not allowed to pick what time they go to bed at night, but they're allowed to, decide to change their lives forever by having a medical procedure. We live in strange times. Strange times. People have.
You want to change your gender? That's just fine. You want to play with your RC car in public, and everybody goes, ah!
I think my cat is playing at the door. I'm hearing banging in the background, and that is typically the kitten running around like an absolute maniac, bouncing off the door. I'm hoping that my wife doesn't.
I want to just no, I can't go there. I just want to tell horrible jokes right now. You can't. You're setting me up for this. I know you are. This is the only RC show where pussy would bang on the door. Is that? Can I? Oh, I probably took that too far.
See, I didn't even realize I was doing that either.
You were working me right into the lines. I was like, oh, this is.
That's what I get. That's what I get.
Well, I'm going to -1 point myself for that. This week I'm referring to myself as broccoli.
My pronouns are RC Supreme Master.
right. RC King RC.
Oh man.
Oh, what else you got on your list? What do we got?
It's not RC related, but it is life related. And as you all know,
These guys aren't listening to us anyways.
yeah, but as you all know, I'm a big fan of racing, dirt track racing and whatnot. And a couple weeks ago, big, awesome NASCAR driver was racing a sprint car in the high limit series, had a wipeout, fractured some vertebrae in his back, and is going to be out of his NASCAR ride for 3 to 4 weeks. And all of the amazingly awesome and superb has-been drivers that move on to become commentators on television all decided that they needed to whine about how dangerous race cars are, and that maybe some of these guys shouldn't be racing sprint cars when they're not racing their NASCAR cars.
These guys, the comments. All right. RC
Blue,
Recreation,
green,
ooh, ah,
six.
and Earl, you can all give yourself 10 points right there.
But yeah, I get, for all the modern day race car drivers out there with the, especially the NASCAR, Indy Racing Series, even some of the Formula One guys that have grown up in an area where safety is above all else. I want you sissies to go watch some videos from the men who raced cars back in the 50s and the 60s. In the 50s and the 60s, Formula One was killing a guy like every other week. 50s and 60s sprint car drivers and Indy car drivers were insane people. No seat belts. They wore a little flap of leather on their head.
Who was the guy in the Top Fuel Dragster who just hit the wall at 280 miles an hour?
That was crap. I had his car right there. Larry Dixon.
Okay, so there's pictures of that car hitting the wall. I've seen it. And it shows him like sitting inside the car, and it's talking about the new safety features. And then for some strange reason, I don't know, I'm going through my feed, and here comes like an old picture of Don Garlett's car, and it's all torn down. And I can tell you that the frame rails in that thing are there. Dude, it was not the same. It was not the same. Those guys had brass balls.
I mean, nowadays, the talent in race car drivers is tremendous. Formula One drivers is why there's only 20 of them on the planet, because they are the top of the top. It's easily the most difficult car in the world to drive. But I would put sprint cars way towards the top of the list. As simple and basic as a sprint car is, it's all about car control, and the steering wheel doesn't do a whole hell of a lot in a sprint car. You do a lot of driving with the throttle, and that takes a fair amount of talent just to be able to make a car go around on the dirt that fast. And a lot of our modern day sprint car drivers right now are phenomenally talented. Kyle Larson.
Wooden roll cages. Okay,
yeah.
All right. You set me up for this one too.
Back in the 50s and 60s that used to roll their cars over. And not only were they not strapped into things, it would just spit them out of the car at 100 miles an hour. And you'd see these guys like scramble up off the track and run out of the way because the other guys on the track would run them over. Cars bursting into flames. It's my mom. If they can film a Flintstone movie there, why can't people drive their RCs?
Oh,
preach on, Mom.
I love that. Good one.
Used to fly all the time, but safety has made it safer somehow. NASCAR, credit to NASCAR, they've done a lot in order to, all the.
No, I'm happy. I say brass ball, but I'm happy that it's safer. Believe it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It should be safer. I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, they didn't just like strap a motor onto a frame with some tires in the 1960s. Like, here we go.
But there also is an element of risk that goes into any kind of extreme sport, motorsport, bull riding, skydiving,
Oh, yeah.
motocross. Speaking of freaking motocross, I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
he
if you
did
guys-
hit the wall at 280 miles an hour. That's not something I exactly feel like doing tomorrow. I got news for
Yeah,
you.
and I can tell you that he he probably had some bruises after that one. That's the lucky thing is with dragsters when they hit the wall is they're generally not making like a T-bone straight head on, because that would certainly probably, yeah, it would kill a lot more of them. I mean, I think the last guy that died was Scott Kalita, and basically what happened to his funny car was the engine blew up. I think it caught the parachutes on fire, and he couldn't stop it, and it ran all the way to the end of the track, and there was a big dirt berm there, and he just impaled the car into the berm, and at like 280 miles an hour.
Yeah, they've changed that.
That's insanity. Those Top Fuel bikes are insanity. It's crazy enough to have a car that goes 0 to 360 miles an hour in 3 seconds. It's a motorcycle that'll do almost the same. That's crazy. That's just crazy. That's a crazy person. It takes a crazy person to get on one of those things, and
You're just gonna have to tape my hand down, and I'll just let off the clutch when it comes time. Don't worry about it.
and now see, barbecue and I sort of agree with you both. NASCAR is it is still racing, but it isn't. NASCAR is straight away from its roots, and NASCAR has just become too much. They're trying too many gimmicks with it. They need to just go back to, you throw the green flag, you race as hard as you can for 500 miles, and whoever crosses the finish line first, you win.
I mean, I grew up.
Gotta have a stage at the, gotta have a playoff system, all of this. They've made it too complicated, too goofy, and they also need to go back to stop trying to make everything cheap and inexpensive. And F1 needs to go back to the days of where spend as much as you want. You're F1, for crying out loud. Do whatever you want, spend as much as you want. Short of going back to the days when they were killing their drivers all the time because the cars were insane. But yeah, they putting salary caps on the or price caps on motor racing. It's silly. Trying to cost cut for motor racing. Motor racing is not cheap. It just isn't. It's an expensive sport, and that's why companies like Ferrari and Mercedes and Red Bull spend all that money. If you just turn them loose and said, "Man, spend whatever you want," imagine how crazy those cars would be. Also, imagine what kind of engineering and technology they could come up with if they weren't always hampered by having to follow the very strict rules that they have to follow. Same with NASCAR.
Oh, here it is, the shit that gets sidetracked show.
Too much money, go back to the roots. See, and it's like the opposite for NASCAR than F1. NASCAR, go back to its roots, make everything sort of simple and just have at it. F1, free for all. Spend what you want. Freaking knock yourselves out. If you guys can get a car to go around a road track at 500 miles an hour, awesome. If you got to pay $30 million to get some lunatic to strap himself into that thing, even more awesome. But my point was
guys,
everybody needs to stop whining about things being dangerous. Things are lots of things like motor racing, they're inherently dangerous, and everybody that gets on the back of a bull or straps himself into a race car or to a nitro bike, they know this could be the last moments of my life. They know that. Every single one of them knows that. Do they want to die? Absolutely not. There isn't a racer out there that goes, yeah, I want to die today. But they understand it's a very real risk. So guys like Jamie McMurray and these clowns in the media that always have to have something to say, shut your pie holes. Racers are real folks. They're real men. They get out there and do what needs to be done. They get after it. And occasionally they get hurt or even killed, and that's just part of what happens. There's no point in whining and crying and saying that people shouldn't be doing NASCAR drivers shouldn't be racing sprint cars, because then they're going to get hurt and then they're going to miss out on their multi-million-dollar opportunities in NASCAR. Well, maybe they just do it because they like it and it's fun.
I love it. I love these guys. I can't even keep up with their comments and the questions and stuff. I know that Earl asked a real question.
I got
my
here.
Comments on that.
Kentucky Derby. I don't know what exactly happened there. Why did so many of the horses like die? And it was like all at once they died. I don't. JB's drinking.
I hate racehorses. Okay, I said it. Oh God.
Earl, I'm catching up here. Earl, yeah, I think that Tesla's new batteries. I would not be surprised to see one of the or two of the big battery names.
Here's my thing about Tesla. Here's the thing about Tesla. I mean, I know that there's a lot of Tesla cars out there, and people know the name Tesla, but I don't think that Tesla is actually a home name yet. I don't see it. Other than the cars, what products are they really putting out?
Well, he does have the solar and battery system for homes.
Okay, but where are the cell phones? Where's the Cybertruck?
Okay, so the Cybertruck, that one, I think that one is just indefinitely delayed. The cell phones, I know he's got the internet link thing, Starlink, because he put a whole bunch of them in Ukraine. The cell phone thing was never real. It was a fake post. I think, and it came about because he mentioned how, look what I did for the electric car industry. Imagine what I could do if I started making smartphones. And somebody went and photoshopped a Tesla phone and then made up all these specs for it and everything. And everybody freaked the hell out because they're like, holy cow, the Tesla phone would be ridiculous. But turns out it was just a prank.
I think Elon Musk has very big plans. That's what I think.
Well, and saying that it was a prank, I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk came out with a Tesla phone just so that he could go, maybe it was a prank, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just didn't want anybody to know about it.
Yes, Tesla does still have that coupe roadster. Yes, he really did that. He sent that thing out into space, or at least, I mean, as far as I know, he did that.
Yeah, and he even had a little. He glued a little Lego spaceman to the dashboard of it.
So somewhere, some State Farm Jake alien's gonna have to answer that. Well, how fast were you going in your saucer when that fucking Tesla hit you?
Imagine 200 years from now, some, 14-year-old kid and his dad are hanging out with their telescope and they're like looking around and, hey, Dad, there's a car. So what are you talking about, son? What the hell's wrong with you? Let me see that. Holy crap, that's a car. Who the hell sent a car into space? Google that. Holy crap. Elon Musk launched a car into space. Yeah, and barbecue. There are several NASCAR drivers right now. I know Christopher Bell is one of them. That he was pretty regularly racing sprint cars all the way up until last year. He was driving with Kevin Swindell, and
I was going to call out
earlier,
all the liquors in the back, but then they left.
yeah, before this season started, Joe Gibbs Racing said that he couldn't go and race sprint cars or midgets because he was slated to race the Chili Bowl this year as well, and he couldn't. And he won the Chili Bowl midget nationals like 2 years ago or so. So, um,
Breaking
and that,
news, car headed for Earth. This is the end of us. Ross Christensen sucker punch. I like that one too. I'm going to give 10 more points to Earl and Ooh this evening.
I think the best part about the Ross Chastain sucker punch was Noah Gragson's Mo hairdo that he had going. I don't know what on earth. This is a guy that's worth more. He's worth more than Kevin Talbot, and he's NASCAR. He's at the pinnacle of NASCAR, and he has an even more ridiculous haircut than Kevin Talbot does. Like full-blown bowl cut, but it's like kind of long. It's the Mo from the Three Stooges. He had the
okay, all right.
And when Ross Chastain punched him, there's a bunch of people that slow-moed it, and you could see his hair like, and
cool. I'm gonna have to watch that now.
I think everybody needs to stop picking on Ross Chastain. I mean, the guy did the wall ride to make it into the championship chase last year. That in and of itself,
NASCAR needs a boxing ring. I like that idea.
Yeah, that in and of itself proves that he's no joke. I'm not getting over the car and running over to Ross Chastain and grabbing a hold of his freaking uniform and yelling and screaming at him. Of course he's going to punch you in the face. That's how NASCAR became famous, was Cale Yarborough and Bobby Allison duking it out in the infield during the first live televised race of the Daytona 500. And they crashed each other on the last lap. Richard Petty went on to win the race, but nobody cared because Bobby Allison and Cale Yarborough were down in the infield just freaking beating the crap out of each other.
Are you not entertained?
NASCAR became a superstar. I think Barbecue might have an idea. It's like throwing the freaking spike strips out there. You get spike strips, you get the crash, you get an elevated, even go a cage match. You get a boxing ring that people can duke it out in the boxing ring. And if you get a mass crash where there's like 5 or 6 people involved, they can have their own cage match. Come on, that would be freaking amazing.
So yeah, like I said a minute ago, I was going to call out all the liquors, but then they left. Like everybody just left. I don't know what we hit an hour in, a whole bunch of people snuck in the back door, and then they're like, "No, I don't want to be here today."
Taylor.
Oh wait, I said back door. That might have been. I'm gonna do this the whole show. I'm down 2 points this evening.
JB's whole plan this show is to end the show with negative points. Alex Taylor blew her doors off at 212 yesterday, and she held it straight with one parachute out. Nice. That's, I mean, drag racing is no joke. I can't even stand in the pits when they fire them cars off. It's just.
Yeah, I need somebody to type in all caps because I'm pretty sure I can't do this show without somebody yelling at me. That's just like, this is just, I don't know. I'm having a tough time. I'm having a tough time this
threats of bodily harm in there.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe we can get Ross Chastain to go to Colorado and sucker punch you.
There you
go.
But
first you have to grow your hair out and get the bowl cut.
I'm not sure that's going to happen. We need to do Stoner Olympics. Oh my goodness, what do you got going on now?
Oh, no,
RC
it's,
Olympics is a must-have. What is RC? Is RC Olympics the real thing? Please tell me that's not a real thing.
I was recently talking to JB that I don't know how many people here have heard of the Recon G6 Fix Enduro, which is a 3-hour, a 6-hour, and a 12-hour endurance.
No. We're not really going to talk about Recon G6 right now, are we?
No. I'm going to call Recon G6 out for being a sissy event.
Yeah. A sissy event?
Yeah. First of all, when you talk about endurance racing, you talk about 24 hours of Le Mans, 24 hours of Daytona. Endurance should be, it should be endurance.
So like maybe 3 days in the Catskill with you in your backpack and your RC car.
I was thinking, more like a 7-day event. So 12 hours a day for 7 days, but you do it in, like the Rockies or maybe the Himalayas, get you up there about 10, 12,000 feet. And every day, 12 hours a day, 7 days straight. And, you can have multiple people on your team. It isn't about the person being endurance, it's about the RC car. Yeah.
G6, the one you put your RC on the raft and send downstream. Is that the one?
Yeah. But this is just the enduro part of it, where you walk around with your RC car for 12 hours and then you get a badge that says I'm super duper. Because I made the endurance part of it.
The secrets I know about the G6.
But what I'm saying is that's not, sure, there's an element of endurance there. I would say probably like the Ultra 5Ks that they do at the Axial Fests are probably a little bit more grueling than 12 hours. Walking around for 12 hours is no joke. But, come on.
Dude, I live in the Rockies, and I tell you what, I'm not walking naked through the Rockies. It's just not happening.
You have to run after your RC car for 12 hours straight naked through the Rockies. Now, see, UAW gets it. Now we're talking about endurance. We're talking about something that's the Dakar Rally. Like only 20% of all the vehicles that enter the Dakar Rally finish. That's how tough it is. And that's what I'm talking about, an RC event where a majority of the people won't finish because it's that nasty. So when you actually do finish it, no prizes, no nothing.
That's Naked and Afraid RC. That's right. Yeah, if you're Naked and Afraid. Yeah, I was just thinking, I think I'll give 50 points to just for that one alone. And I'm going to up myself to 2 because it was so just thank you. You did. I'm at 0. Everybody else is ahead.
Mom says Himalayas, ! Love to see that one. Are you for real today?
Got like my oxygen mask on.
I'll tell you what, guys, it has been relatively hot today, and I did turn off the air conditioner because it is a little bit noisy. So they did extreme ironing.
RC
Derby. Posting a video of it from Beat the Creek. I gotta tell you, I could do any of that. Looks like a lot of fun.
Post a link to your video if you want, man.
Yeah, I actually did see something about it was like a RC demolition derby. And yeah, that would be freaking awesome.
I thought I heard about this. I've seen Facebook posts. I think
This was,
going about 2 years back. I think I seen Facebook posts for RC Derby, but I don't know where it came from. But I know that people were making their cars out of pop cans and stuff like that and running them into each other.
Yeah. I mean, what I did see from the Derby at Beat the Creek, it looked like everybody that took part in it must have coordinated, because everybody had like a similar car set up, and it was set up so that you could only get so much damage to it before it just wouldn't
Two-wheel
work.
drive slashes for the most part. Do a lot of alloy bangers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And Earl runs our Keaton street cars every day for 3 years. Tried doing it for 6 days. Most have no clue what it takes to run daily. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Earl. A freaking extreme endurance event. We could even call it the extreme endurance event. The adult table endurance.
The
event.
adult table. Yeah. You got your adult table trophy? Oh man.
Because bear in mind, I'm not going to take part in this.
You know, I know a couple kids
gonna
who
be
are sitting at the
officiating.
adult table. I'm going
to be officiating the extreme endurance event from a nice, either air conditioned or heated trailer somewhere, where I will be able to survey.
It was $5 for 5 minutes to run them cars, so $1 a minute. I mean, it was really not so bad. I still have a problem paying people to RC, but
Now here's a good one Mom brought up. Where she used to live in north of Los Angeles in Canyon Country was Saga Speedway, and they used to have they have them all over the place. They call them train races. So there's a car in the front that has motor and steering. That car's then chained to a car behind it that's got nothing in it, no motor, no nothing. Then in the back, there's a car chained to the middle car that only has steering but no motor. And then they raced that in a figure eight. And they called them the train races. And man, I know there are tracks out there that still do them. But yeah, an RC figure eight train race would probably also
I like this.
freaking cool.
I like Barbecue's comment here. I have an adult table participation trophy. All I got to say is, there you go. There you go.
Hey, Barbecue, actually, I want to say in the last few weeks, Barbecue was he was like a point leader at the end of one of the nights. So you have more than just a participation trophy. You have like a participation trophy with a gold star on it.
Oh, I didn't know he was actually out there doing the shit. Sorry. Shows how much I pay attention.
Yep. Yeah. Figure eight train races. Bam.
I just hand these out as participation trophies to everybody, though.
I don't even have anything good to hand out as a participation trophy. I got a little can of Goof Off.
Has the number one. Yeah, you're number one. When JB is speechless, there you go. I mean, what am I supposed to say at this? I don't even know what to tell you guys at this point. I'm just...
You do have the number one trophy. I like it. Yes. Shout out to the RC Elf. Last week, he sent our old buddy Brad Kelman. He sent him two new rigs. There was a monster truck and a like a truggy basher, a couple of bashers. So kudos to RC Elf, because I know Brad really appreciates those things, and I know Brad sure as hell has a lot of fun with his RCs, which is, damn it, that's what it's all about. Oh,
I didn't even get a chance to watch any of the live shows. I didn't get a chance to watch Tanks or Tony's or anything. I've been so far out of the loop this week. Like I said, I barely knew that FMS came out with a new Hummer.
I just saw it today. Yeah, I meant to go. I meant to go listen to Tony's podcast because he doesn't do the While My Batteries Charge anymore. He's got something else now that he does his podcast with Pablo now. But I didn't even get a chance to listen to that one. Yeah, but RC Elf is he's being really kind to old Brad.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Sorry.
That's what she said.
Oh, Rich pulls one out of nowhere. 10 points to Rich this evening.
Yeah. I fell asleep watching Tony live yesterday.
I'm going to give you 20 bonus points as well, just for shits and giggles.
Woohoo! Who's got 30 points and 2 thumbs?
This guy.
Yeah, Earl. There are times when some of the RC live shows do get a little dry. I can think of one. It's every Monday night, and I typically use it as the white noise when I want to take a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, you actually use that shit?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how many times I've said it. Have you ever taken like 100 grit sandpaper and just rubbed it up your butthole?
Well, okay, so you know how they have the videos where they play the rain and the thunder and the lightning, and it's all about that. It's that white noise, but it's the cadence of going on.
Mean like somebody typing all in caps in the background?
No. I mean it's if you say brother every 2 seconds, it just becomes it becomes the white noise in the background, and it's very soothing, and it makes you go.
Now I'm getting.
I mean, dude, 5 minutes, I'm out. Like if I need a little lunchtime 20-minute power nap, boom, throw that on. Easy 20 minutes of little snoozy woozy.
Okay, JB, if you are desperate.
There we go.
If I go live, will you watch? I may. I don't know. I can't promise you nothing. I'm kind of an asshole. I'm not gonna. I keep trying to tell you people. There's a reason my subscribers drop and Rich's picks up, man.
I would say
your daily dose of shouts. All right, woo.
I'm in the same boat with barbecue. Depends on the time, but I would definitely, absolutely tune in and watch. And I would even if it was at an odd time, I would even try to make a special effort just to go in there every once in a while. Kind of like I do with Jack. He's always on at these crazy times. So if I happen to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning and he's running the live, I'll hop in there and hang out for a bit.
I should have watched Paid Dry instead, as the live was no interaction. 2 people wrenching and talking to each other was terrible. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what's going on. I mean, but really, like, we try to engage you guys. We try to look at the camera and not look down all the time. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not answering my cell phone here on the show.
I like how some people do an entire live show where they're like this the entire time. Because their camera's over here, but their screen is over here. So they're watching themselves on the screen. So they do the entire show where you get to look at the side of their face. So, JB.
Right? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes, it never happens on this show. Uh-oh. I'm getting choppy. I got choppy.
Oh, by the way, I meant to throw 500 points there at just for that yelling at me. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Nice. Yeah, see, it never happens on this show because I don't know how to say this politely. I mean, because we're not lame and boring.
I can't believe I had to let that come and fly. You're funny.
Oh, come here, and there you go.
And remember those 500 points? I'm going to take them away now. All right. I'm going to give them all to barbecue because he hasn't said shit yet.
But you know, part of what makes this show different than a lot of other shows is how active the chat is here. And I think partly is because there's no leashes here. Like I said at the beginning, this is the adult table, and the adults can talk about whatever they want because we're adults and we make our own rules. So
yeah, the only rule in here that we have really is don't be threatening people. If you don't like somebody's opinion and you got to come to violence, you need to leave.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't like something we said and you want to come in here and say, I didn't like what you said, I don't even have a problem with that. You know, be calm, cool, and adult-like, and we can all just hang out and be friends.
Or you can.
It's that easy.
Butthole.
RC Rec, where am I going? I'm down for a road trip. Uh-oh. I'm sensing a possible collaboration in the works right here in our chat. See, that's the kind of stuff that happens on this show. People start talking to one another, and next thing you know, boom, you got an RC Recreation Earl Moorhead combo action going on.
That's an ugly baby.
Just the random shit that needs to be said.
Hey, not everybody's going to have the same opinion about everything. I get that, you know.
And it's good. We try to keep it random. That's what it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be just random crazy madness.
The show is really just a list of shit that Rich is.
It really is. This is how what starts on Thursday morning. I just start writing random shit down on my pink pad here, my girly pad, and don't say it, JB. I start writing random shit down, and then periodically during the rest of the week, JB and I are talking on the phone, and we'll just start talking about random shit.
That was a tough one to walk away from. I'm not gonna lie.
I had to preempt you on that one.
That was, woo.
Because I realized the instant that I said it, what I had just said. Oh, damn it. Here we go. I've gone from I'm Herman Munster and his pink pads today.
I don't even want to talk. Don't go back there. Don't go down that road again.
It's barbecue. Barbecue said it. Rich uses pink pads.
Oh, God.
I'm doing a meet and
barbecue.
Greet.
You already in the lead. You ain't even got to ask. Don't.
Recreation, man. You know, just random fact, the very first RC channel sticker that I ever got was from RC Recreation. Still got it. It's over on my it's right there on my shelf.
I got stickers somewhere. They're somewhere.
I got that.
I got high and forgot where I put them.
Yeah. Oh, man, Toronto, Canada. I have always wanted to visit Toronto. I hear that it is actually a beautiful city as far as cities go. I mean, there's cities, and then there's like beautiful cities. Not just your run-of-the-mill, you know.
Well, are you out, have a good evening.
All right, yeah, it's probably getting quite late for Mr. there. So, man, take care. Have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Canada, where's that? Nice. Yeah, see, right there, we got something working in the chat there. Well, RC Recreation Earl Moorhead collaboration, and we'll be able to take credit for it happened right here on our show.
Oh dear Lord, I don't want credit for anything that they do.
Yeah, near midnight. Yeah, man. It's
And Earl's out too. Got to go edit. Good night.
have a good
Yeah, I mean,
evening,
I
Earl.
guess
Enjoy.
This Wednesday is just dry as hell for us, huh?
You know, Wednesdays are, it's the reason why Wednesday was a great day to have the show, because it's that day of the week where you're like,
I don't know.
you need a little.
It was the 14th, 15th show. And so the 15th,
Yeah, I got everybody screwed.
Anyways, it's the 15th show. And I just thought, man, the numbers would be like, I thought I'd see some people today. I guess everybody's just tired from Beat the Creek, I suppose. I don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about Beat the Creek, but so Beat the Creek, a bunch of people went to Kentucky and they drove around with their
don't.
and it was awesome. Thank you so much.
And now everybody else left. Okay, great.
I want to thank all of our sponsors, and we got another raffle, so please send us more money. Wait, what? I jumped in there at the last minute. Earl, let's see, Earl. Good night, Earl. Earl Moorhead. Poop before you wipe is my therapist request.
I would imagine so. Earl taking in another 10 points before it goes out the door.
Yep, Earl. Man, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining us. Man, have a good time doing some editing there, and yeah, we'll see you next week. By the way, I also got to bring up not next Wednesday, but the week after Wednesday, we will be having a week off of the show. Because Rich is doing some work trip crap.
I don't like to be put on the spot, right? And you're telling me right here on the show.
Yes. So on the 23rd, we will 24th actually, we will not have a show that week because I mean duty calls, and there's that whole day job thing, and thanks for the fun stream.
There is a calendar on this computer. I'll be damned.
Hey, remember when everybody in the news media and politicians and a bunch of people made fun of all the crazy conspiracy theory lunatics that were like, "You guys are gonna ban gas stoves? What the hell's wrong with you?" And they were like, "No, we're not. Why would we do that?" Yeah, New York just did it. Good job, New York.
But isn't it like a building? You can't build a 7-story building.
Anything over 7 stories can't have any gas appliances in it.
That's what it is.
Which is, I mean, it is just the beginning. The other good one that I saw this week was the people out there in California that are really fighting for the reparations. And the one I saw this week, which was amazing, was the guy said that back in the 1700s, you would get 40 acres and a mule. It was the 1800s when they freed the slaves. They would get 40 acres and a mule. And that today would be worth $40 million or $200 million. So that's what the reparations checks should be. So some math wizard.
One loco sneaking in the back door.
Hey, one loco. So I'm not touching that one. So some math wizard figured out that if they gave out $200 million to every person in California that had links to slavery, it would come out to roughly $400 trillion. And to put that into perspective, the planet Earth's GDP right now is $85 trillion. So, man, I say keep going with that, California. Awesome.
One Locos, you're starting off negative 10 points for being late this evening.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, JB's been pretty. He's been very gracious with the points tonight, but he's also been very harsh with the points tonight. So,
You're at the adult table now.
yep, negative 10 points to start the night off. You got some work to do, Russell. You got some work to do, buddy. You gotta rack up some points. I racked up like 40 in one shot.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you pulled a
I didn't. If you didn't delete it, then you didn't do
stoner
it.
problems. What's up, Chad?
Mr. Sean, again, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. We already talked about bad ideas, which if you missed that part of the show, Scale Builders, Crawlers, and something is the Facebook group.
No, don't even tell him that. Don't
You
even.
absolutely have to go look at the post about the gentleman who repairs his own lipo packs. It's amazing. Amazing. And honestly, of all people, the lipo safety, Mr. Sean Zarcees is probably the one that she could take a look at that post, because even you, Sean, will look at that and go, "Damn, that's crazy."
You know, the worst part about that is he does it on credit. Just-
And I got to page 2 on the notes. That's right. I had 2 pages of notes this week.
wow.
Uh,
Well, it's a good thing you had something to talk about. We're in the last 40 minutes of the show. I still got like maybe a handful of points to hand out to people.
because why not?
See.
Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light don't. I'm not exactly sure. You got to assume that there's a lot of like really smart people that run these multi-billion-dollar companies. You would assume that they're really smart. They pay attention, and the fact that they're just hemorrhaging money right now. The value at Anheuser-Busch, I think, has dropped something like 12% since April.
Holy
So,
crap. That's
mm.
like at least 50 or 60 Tony CC videos. It's just, damn, how many $12 are we throwing away here?
I mean, holy crap! How much money do you have to lose before you just throw up your hands and go, "Hey, look, everybody, that was a really dumb thing we did, and we're really sorry about that." So to make up for everybody, because Costco had a thing, it was either Costco or Sam's Club, but they literally couldn't give Bud Light away. They couldn't give it away for free.
Homeless people are like, no.
Yeah. And yeah, come on, at what point? You are a bunch of smart people. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. A bunch of smart people. How can you not be going, what do we do to stop this? How do we, amazing that is happening right now. We're watching it in real time. God, a piece of Americana. Anheuser-Busch is literally a piece of Americana.
Yeah,
Well,
regular
Bud
Bud is already water. Yeah, basically it's like too late for Bud Light. Hey, Jeff, nice to hear from you.
Hey, too late for Bud Light. Yep. Bud Light, too late. I think you're right. I think they screwed the pooch, and now, ouch. Ugh. Way to.
Wow, I'm out there. I'm drinking every can I can find just to make people angry. See, there's JB out there.
JB and his durable lady Bud Light cans.
I'm just kidding. There's no way I hate beer.
I don't even remember the last time I had a beer. I kind of gave up beer.
I've just never been a beer fan. I never have been. I mean, there's one place in Wisconsin called New Glarus where you can get beer, and it's at their brewery, and it tastes like they like strawberry, grape, or blueberry, and it actually tastes like that. I've never had beer that tastes like, but that's the only place you can get it. So.
Yeah, I've always just thought of beer just tastes. It doesn't taste. I know it's an acquired taste. I never acquired the taste for beer. I just give me a freaking vodka Red Bull any day.
There you go. Shit, yeah.
You know, I'm even at the point now in life where I would rather have wine than a beer.
Does it come in?
I don't even really have the acquired taste for wine either.
Dude, it's fluid. I should negative 10 points to RC Recreation. No. Oh my God, you guys crack me up. You guys are some of the best chat ever.
It is what makes this show lively, and it's what makes this show random, is because we can be talking about something and somebody says something in the chat and it completely squirrels the whole show.
I feel like I could use just a little bit more pressure, though. Like I said, I just need somebody kind of threatening me in all caps is what I need.
We need a resident Baba Yaga. That's what needs to happen. We just need
Baba applesauce, Baba Yaga sauce.
we need somebody to create an account that's just all they do. And you know what? Just make it a thing where they go to every single.
I could troll our own chat. I could troll our own chat. I'm the moderator. Oh, this is perfect. You guys will never see this.
Well, you know, so JB and I got something that we're going to talk about because I've often told JB how I'm a huge fan of Andy Kaufman, and part of the reason why I enjoy Andy Kaufman so much was some of the stuff that he did that was inside jokes with him and his buddies, and something just came to mind that I gotta write it down. Shit that needs to be said. Show. ... I could be onto something phenomenal. We could literally wreck the entire YouTube RC community. Wreck it all.
Well, we could have done that from the get-go.
Well, I mean, this would be we could legit wreck it. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, next week, because you know we got a tight knit little family here at the Shit That Needs to Be Said show. Tight knit little family. So we might have our own little inside joke that we start here that we just infect the YouTube RC community with it. And we will get to sit here every Wednesday and laugh our asses off about it.
That is funny. I wonder if these guys will be willing participants too.
It doesn't matter. It won't matter. You will be participants, willing or not.
RC Recreation, thank you for standing up. I love that one. If I can make one person smile, I'll take the negative points. Good job, buddy.
Hey, I would say
I'll just even it out.
One person smiled tonight. You had some zingers in there today. And in the absence of NorCal, especially, because NorCal is kind of our resident on point guy. So our RC Recreation has been in there with some zingers today, and kind of filled our NorCal void, as to say. We are part of the best community in the world. Absolutely. And if you're talking about the shit that needs to be said,
So, yeah,
community,
yes.
you are 100% spot on, because we are the best community in the world. I'm not afraid to say that, and I'm not too humble to say that as well.
I'm a showboat. You don't have to. Hold on, I'm going to get up and do cartwheels.
JB is our resident peacock here.
Woo!
Okay.
Help!
See what I mean? We're just riding along, and then something gets said, and bingo, squirrel, we're off over here.
Help myself.
Oh man! Oh crap! I'm knocking crap over, stabbing myself in the foot. Oh,
that's right.
So let me. I kind of used up all my note stuff there, but
there are. That was everything. Oh, well, we got 30 minutes left. Shit.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, so out there, there's a couple things out there in the real world going on that's fun and exciting.
You got some shit that needs to be said, Rich?
I'm gonna get the soapbox ready.
All right.
So, for as long as I can remember, our politicians, the jackasses in Washington D.C., are constantly hurling accusations at one another, constantly investigating, impeaching presidents, and doing all this stuff, and yet nothing ever happens. Nothing. No. When was the last time you heard a politician going to jail for anything? So today, we got what's his name? Campos, a Republican senator that just recently got elected, and George Santos. Yeah. He embezzled like $750,000 from his election.
Nice.
Put it into his pocket. And they actually arrested him today. So maybe we are seeing the signs that some things are changing in and around Washington, D.C. I'm not banking on it, because I think it's a show thing. And he might have gotten arrested, but he's just going to get a slap on the wrist. But the other one that popped up was Senator Cormer, who basically laid out the claims today for President Biden and his family, evidently banking tens of millions of dollars in pay-to-play schemes while he was vice president. And it's another one where we'll see if anything actually comes of this, because chances are it's probably all true, but nobody's going to do anything about it. Kind of like Hillary Clinton. Everybody knew that Hillary Clinton, erased 30,000 emails after they had been subpoenaed by Congress, and they literally did nothing to her. Oh, bad.
They need term limits. Definitely.
The only problem is the only people that can make term limit happens is Congress. And there's no way that Congress is going to make that happen, because why would we want to shorten the time that we can be here making millions of dollars? What was that Democrat senator that just got he just came in in January, and he's already made like 500 stock trades since he became a congressman. what was it? Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney was elected. She was in office for 6 years. She had a net worth of like $6 million when she was elected. When she left office this last January, she was worth like $60 million.
Wow.
And Congress people, the last time I checked, I think make like $280,000 a year. So if you 6 years at $280,000 a year, that's some pretty crazy freaking math to go from.
What's the opposite of progress? Congress. There you go.
That's a good one.
Ah,
I like that.
50 points to Locos this evening.
See,
that'll-
like I said,
now
Lacos,
you're
you
up.
have work to do, and bam, 50 points in one fell swoop.
That was smooth.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, actually, most of the members of the United States Congress have a better trade rate and profits than any hedge fund manager, stock trading company, anybody in the world. United States Congress. So send an email to your congressman and say, "Hey, dude, help your constituents out here. Let us, give us some of that. Give us some of that info so that we can start trading in stocks and making all this money." Oh, wait, if they did that, then we would be rich and wealthy too. And they wouldn't be able to crap on us, force us to wear masks.
Oh, Rich just slapped me with truth there. How's that? Oh, in the face.
Hey, and I think we're last I heard, his education. He pops this one up like once a week. I think it's like 3 years, 8 months, 2 weeks, and some odd days since Jeffrey Epstein was convicted. 1 year, 18 or 1 year, 8 months, and some odd days since Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted, and none of their customers have ever even been listed or said publicly.
Oh,
You arrested 2 people. Arrested, convicted, tried, convicted, sentenced them to prison, for which one of them committed suicide. The other one is currently in prison. And yeah, they did a crime where they had to have customers, but they didn't have any customers. It's strange. It's just strange. It's hard to figure that one out. But from what I understand, the list is coming. They've been saying that for 2 years, but there are a bunch of news outlets that have been punching Freedom of Information Acts left and right, trying to get all of this information from Jeffrey Epstein's trial that they keep dodging and stopping. And the funny part is that it's basically our government is trying to keep us from seeing who's on those lists. Probably because most of them are on the lists. So they did have there were several names that came out that were on the flight logs, which did get released just shortly after the trial.
okay.
Bill and Hillary Clinton. Bill traveled to the island 27 times, by the way, on a plane that was named by Jeffrey Epstein, the Lolita Express. Bill Clinton 27 times. Hillary Clinton, I believe, was like 5 or 6 times. President Obama also on that flight log, amazingly enough. Several other names, prominent Hollywood actors and actresses.
Do you think anything like this would ever happen in RC?
Scandal in RC? Who are you kidding? RC is as pure as the driven snow. There are no scandals here. The RC community is like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm.
Damn. Oh.
How many people can you name that went to jail for tax evasion and was given a pardon by the president? Conrad Black. boy, recreation. I'll tell you what. I will. Putting it on the list because I'm gonna do some homework because I do know that Warren Buffett, George Soros, Rupert Murdoch. I can't remember their names. It's the two brothers that are big Republican supporters. I know that they've all been accused of tax evasion multiple times. Yeah, but people like that never go to jail. It's like I said, politicians, George Santos and whatnot. Yeah, you arrested him, but let's see if anything even happened.
Well, and like you talked about, even if you did arrest them, the people that supported them would still support them. It's not like that's going to go away.
It's like they're already talking about Joe Biden's son. That the Department of Justice is at this point. I think they don't have a choice. They're going to have to press a whole bunch of charges against Hunter Biden because. Man, like 15 million people have seen the shit that was on his freaking laptop. So there's no way. But they're already saying, oh, yeah, Joe Biden's just going to pardon him. Exactly. Because that's exactly what needs to happen. The president of the United States' son, who's kind of a scumbag, he should get arrested and tried and convicted and all of that, and then just have daddy bail him out.
Crack is a hell of a drug.
I was going to say something there, but I'm not.
I'm not at the. Is that the pussy knocking on the door again?
Did you hear that?
I just heard you tapping on your desk and had to give you shit.
I wanted to say something, but I'm not.
The things we don't say on the show. I wish we could have like an outtakes. Oh, it's too bad we do this live.
I wish we could have a show where we didn't have to worry about YouTube's community guidelines. Because, man, YouTube's community guidelines are freaking scary, especially when it comes to live shows, live broadcasts. And I know we've said it before that, if you guys post a comment in there and it doesn't show up, it just disappears. That's not us moderating. That's YouTube. That's YouTube instantly taking whatever you said in your comment down because it either went awry of their community guidelines or there was a trigger word in there that the algorithm just takes it out. But yeah, if you post something and YouTube deems it's questionable, it'll pop up above just darken out. Your name will pop up, the comment just won't be there. And then you'll see in a second or two, it pops up because JB will let it go through or I'll let it go through. But if it just disappears outright, that is good old YouTube, Big Brother, looking over our backs. Watching.
Parmesan Locos. The funny thing is, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can still get arrested even if you're selling fake drugs. I mean, even if those drugs aren't real, if you're selling them and even if it's powdered sugar and you sell it as crack, it's still a crack charge. That doesn't go away
because it's intent. they can that is.
So you can oregano the hell out of that, but
I don't know how many. Well, I know that Hunter actually in an interview talked about how he was so cracked out at one point that he would like dig through his rug to find crack rocks.
Woo!
And he couldn't tell the difference between the crack rocks and Parmesan, so he joked about how he'd probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anybody. And that's our president's son. The president of the United States.
Pizza brains. I get it.
Smoked Parmesan cheese
So-
because he couldn't find a crack in his carpet. And that's like the least of the worst things
It's
that
like
that
the
guy has
least.
ever done. I sold someone a beef cube once.
Did you tell him it was a beef cube?
I really need some soup, man.
Right? Jones in for some beef broth.
Every week, the last 25 minutes of this show goes so completely off the rails. So completely off the rails. It's awesome.
I'm gonna just give everybody 100 points for being here right now. How's that?
Bingo. Yeah. You all have rode through an hour and 45 minutes of this utter madness today. Kudos to you. You know what? I'm going to give everybody an extra 50 points just for that.
Oh, Rich handing out points tonight.
Look at that. And these ain't no participation points either. Y'all have earned them. Earned them. Man.
I'm not surprised his dad falls upstairs. Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's
He
a shitty
falls
deal to meet the Pope.
upstairs. That is there are so many scary things when you watch the man who is currently occupying the White House. The only thing that is scarier than Joe Biden is Kamala Harris. And it is the insurance.
You're telling me now.
That's the insurance policy. Everybody knows that she was the insurance policy. To make sure that nothing ever happened to Joe Biden, they made her vice president because they knew. Nobody wants Kamala Harris to be president. Nobody.
And everybody's left. We're all the viewers have gone.
It's what happens every week. We get down to the end, the show has gone off the rails, and only the hardiest of watchers, the ones with
the shit that needs to be said, show con 6G, you guys get badges. That's
the steely spine viewers of the shit that needs to be said show. Why you stick it out with us to the bitter end? Even when Rich has lost his ever-loving mind. Which I do that every week.
RC Propaganda in the house.
Hey. What's happening, Propaganda? Good to see you, man.
Was busy today. How was the show? It was utter shit. It's really just a shit show that needs to be said.
It's pretty much how we roll here.
Our vice president is now AI. What?
She's the AI czar. So basically, Kamala Harris is now in charge of Skynet.
Well, that's cool.
She's gonna program every machine on the planet to do her cackle, and all of our heads will explode.
I see recreation with the explicit language. I love it.
Yeah, RC Recreation, we have often said on this show that we try to offend as many people as we can every week.
Well, I'm sure. Well, I know I offend people, or my viewers wouldn't drop.
If we aren't doing something right, well, okay, wait a second. Let me rephrase that because that wasn't right.
If you were a cat in a tree,
if we're doing it right, we're getting some all caps in the show. And if we're doing it really right, we're getting some threats. Has been known to happen here on the shit that needs to be said show. And hopefully everybody has unbunched the panties and we've gotten all of that
That I wanted to say that you talked about community guidelines, and I realized community guidelines really remind me of kind of like a G-string. I mean, it looks pretty, but once it's on, it just rides right in there.
All right. I
got you with that one.
earlier we had JB was speechless, and now we got me speechless.
Oh,
Ooh, Russell, Omnicorp is that's freaking RoboCop. See, that's what our show is about right there. People pulling just some obscure, random shit.
Yeah, you wait until we
out
get
of there.
tickets for cussing. You'd be like Demolition Man.
Yeah, we have a it's okay to cuss rule on this show. It's okay to say whatever you want on this show. You don't have to worry about triggering anybody. You don't have to worry about upsetting anybody. Well, I mean, you can worry about upsetting somebody. Yeah. I'll say sorry for offending you. If that's not good enough, there you go. Hey, most of the time we don't even say sorry if we offended somebody.
Really, I could.
Everybody's going to get offended at some point about something.
I'm sure I'll say this and then regret it later, but I feel like there's really only one thing you could come in here and really offend me with. And I'm not. I'm going to leave it at that.
Your mama jokes?
No. Yeah. She was so hairy when I came out, I had rug burns.
She's so fat she plays pool with the planets. Now to get my devil's lettuce out. Now there you go. There you go, propaganda.
Enjoy the last 8 minutes of the show. 10 points propaganda for
That's right.
Getting the devil's lettuce out.
It's nothing like having a little wacky tobacco on Wednesday to get you through the rest of the week. To glide right into Saturday morning. You know, hey, I honestly lost my train of thought. You done stumped me.
907 joining us here in the last few minutes.
Hey, Robert, good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday, sir. I hope that you are having at least a semi-warm afternoon in the Great White North.
Propaganda says he's going to stick out whether we want him to or not.
Well, I got to tell you, Propaganda and Robert, because you guys strolled in a little late this evening, but we're cooking on something that next week you're going to want to be here, because I think I might be onto something, and it's gonna. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna thoroughly piss off tons of people, but we will be here on Wednesday night laughing our asses off about it. I'm almost assuring that we're going to get some all caps chat.
some Baba Yaga sauce.
So I'm going for. You're
gonna need a towel next Wednesday, so we.
Trust me, propaganda. It will be. It's. I don't think it'll be something. It's definitely not going to be like a one-shot deal kind of thing. I want it to become a thing, because
you got me guessing. I'm like, what? How did you take away from what I said?
So all I can say is, if you guys
don't. I want to ruin. No, I want suspense.
No. This is a perfect little bit of homework for everybody to do before next week's show, and that is do a little bit of research on a comedian named Tony Clifton.
There you go.
Tony Clifton.
Good old Tony Clifton.
Yep. Because I have something cooking up here. The gears are turning up here. Can you see the smoke?
I can't believe we're dropping insides to the next week. I mean, this is great.
Ah, man, because it's something that has probably never
Look,
been
two old
done.
guys on YouTube joined by another old guy in chat. Hey, how's it going, Tank?
What's happening, Mr. Tank? That's right. Well, I mean, Tank's an old guy. He's hanging out here at the adult table. I mean, Tank's show is pretty much the adult table, too. There's no
Tank
children.
is really, yeah, I mean, he's really not too filtered.
Yeah, relatively unfiltered.
Canadian filtered.
Tank lets it fly over there.
Is that how
We
that
let it. We let it fly all the time here. Just why the hell not? I mean, it's not the the Pillow Soft show. Okay.
Nothing like
Sorry.
grown man hanging out on the internet. Isn't that true? By the way, have I told you about circle jerky?
Do I want to know about circle jerky?
Well, it's the only
That
jerky
sounds
you
like-
share.
That sounds like something that you look up in the Urban Dictionary and go, "Oh my God, man!"
It's the only jerky you share with your friends. Okay, I'm done. I'm negative 20 points right now. Everybody's way ahead. RC giveaway on RC Talk this week. Look at Tank coming in here promoting his channel. I love it.
Wait a minute, an RC giveaway on your show tomorrow night?
What are you giving away? You sell out.
And because if you're giving something away and you're promoting it here, then you
I don't
gotta
even
at least give
Yeah.
us. You gotta at least tell us
Why
what it
are you
is.
giving it away? Why?
Yeah, have a raffle, man.
Run
Raffles
over
are
it with an
good.
RC car. I mean, a monster truck, man.
Oh, wait, Tank went silent. He went dark on us.
Like,
I said too much.
I know.
Hey, Frank, there's 50 points.
Giveaway for Canadians only.
There's 50 points in it for you. You let it slide here.
You give Tank
And then
50
we can-
points.
And then we can say we got a freaking Tank exclusive on our show.
Canadian filtered.
Oh, man. See, Frank, he bolted.
He did.
He came in here and he dropped that little tidbit and then he's like,
Damn it,
out.
Frank. I saw that shit. I'll be paying attention next time. You come in, I'll say hi, and then I'm going to give you the boot.
To instantly time you out. 10 minutes in the corner for Frank next show. For not sharing secrets.
He already starts off a negative 1,000 points on the next show, too. It's Frank's super time.
It's
You want to ask Frank what he used to edit before RC videos. See if that'll get you. I wonder if that gets you an entry into the giveaway.
I think that we should get a free entry into the giveaway, just for Frank running out on us, man.
Oh no, he's here. It sounds good. I don't know what sounds good, but it sounds good.
Sounds good that you give 50. Come on, Frank, you're supposed to be giving the what the
He's
giveaway
got it
is.
translated into English. It might take him a minute.
That's right. I think Frank does speak.
Oh,
French.
he does. He
Quite
said.
fluent French. Actually, no, he doesn't.
If you'd have put a lol on the end of that, that would have passed like propagandas. But because you just said porn, it didn't go through. Just a heads up the next time. I don't know what it put the porno I think will pass, but porn does not.
Oh, ye old community guidelines, because Big Brother looking over our shoulders all the time. For crying out freaking loud, YouTube. Jesus. Even if we say we're at the adult table, YouTube still treats us like children. Oh, you can't say that. We can't allow you to post that because that's
Fair RC will. Well, yeah, but what's
be on
dude,
RC Talk.
come on, man? What's your raffle of? What's the giveaway about?
Is it something from Fair RC?
Oh, Fair RC
RC
will be on. That will give the RC. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah. No, wait. I do remember you saying something about this. You said that Fair RC had set up this giveaway and he's going to do it on your channel.
Nice. All right. Hey, 50 points for Frank. Yes, propaganda YouTube trying to keep us safe.
I swear I snuck into your show for at least 5 minutes, Frank. I do watch.
See, RC Recreation. This channel is not giving away shit.
They will give and ship the RC. That's cool.
Sweet. Good luck to everybody. Yeah.
Well, Tank, you've got 4,000 subscribers and we've got 1.5. So I hope a few of our guys will at least go over and I'm sure you pretty much got us swamped here, but hey.
Hey, we're growing slowly but surely here. The show is growing. We're getting some views here. I mean, it's not we didn't exactly pick the easiest night to do a live show on, not the easiest time to do a live show on, because we're relatively
not the easiest co-host to do a show with.
Yeah, I mean, we chose everything to be difficult here, and that's why it's the shit that needs to be said show, because we talk about shit, all kinds of shit.
A game show to win, that's pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Hey, good on you, Frank. I like to see.
At least that's some entertainment. I like it.
Yes, and that is.
Am I the only one here? You're the only Canadian here, as far as I know.
No, Recreation is also Canadian.
Oh,
Toronto.
I thought that had a dry filter to it.
But hey, man, you know what time it is?
I do.
Man, we have gotten to the 2-hour mark. Again.
My carriage is about ready to turn back into a pumpkin. This princess has got to get out of here.
It has been a while since I have joined and hung out in Tank's show. I'm gonna try and do it here one of these weeks. It's just it's a late time.
Oh, I didn't say I enjoyed or wanted to hang out. I just hey, watching you Canadian.
Yeah, it's man, this show is fun to do every week, and it is fun because of everybody in the chat that makes it fun. Man, you let me ramble on about crazy crap, and
don't look at me. I don't let you do that. They let you do that.
But we honestly do really appreciate everybody coming in, and to remind everybody, well, we are trying to entertain. We do say things, and we piss people off, and it happens. But we are here entertaining, having fun, just a bunch of guys hanging out in the garage, shooting the shit, talking about whatever comes up, squirreling out whenever it happens, and it is truly surprising to me to see that we managed to pull down 100 and some odd views every single week with our humble little madhouse over here, and all of the crazy folks here in the chat that do an excellent job every week of keeping me entertained. I know you keep JB entertained. Hopefully,
we're gonna have to crank it up on the next show. I mean, these guys are already telling us they're so brutal to us too. Hey, look, no, it's not enough. I need dancing ladies in the background as well. That's just
It's not going to happen here, propaganda. Can't do it.
You know any
But
ladies?
no, man, thank you very much to everybody.
Right.
We truly appreciate it. I want all of you to have an excellent rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and we will see you all back here next Wednesday night. So now we're going to go to that awkward time when I hit the end broadcast and we don't know how long